Hello, I would like to present my final reflection assignment video. I'd like to talk about some of the key learnings that I had when I through this book club and when I read the book. The first one is the value of self-reflection. I realized that how important it is to really look deep down within oneself and see what it is that we went through as children. Secondly, it's also addressing our own childhood traumas and weaknesses because when we were young, we also had certain caregivers who took care of us, or we went through certain experiences that have now stayed with us for all these years, and they have affected us as human beings. The other thing I'd like to talk about is the power of the educator in influencing children. Basically, it could be positive or negative influence because the educator really, children are quite helpless when they're that young, and it's really the educator who has the potential and the capacity to build on a child's learning and to give them experiences that they will either remember positively or negatively. Therefore, there is a great power in the hands of the educator for young children when they're at that age. Then I also would like to talk about a personal goal that I have because once I did some deep thinking and I thought about some of my own childhood experiences and how my experiences have been in the field working with childcare because I have worked a few years with children. Um, and I realized that you need to you're always somehow, at least I was always under pressure to complete a lot of paperwork, and there were always these duties and responsibilities that I had to manage within a certain time frame, which didn't really allow me to spend enough time with the children, to get to know them, and to sort of engage with them as we learn in our textbooks that we need to spend time with children. We need to give them that attention. We need to observe them carefully so that we're able to have a one-on-one relationship with these children. In larger groups, it becomes very, very difficult to do that, and also because there's so many duties that we have when we work in the childcare field. But I've decided that I would probably want to choose an environment or a childcare where I have fewer children, and the opportunity to engage with these children is greater than what it would be in probably childcare centers where there are large numbers of children. And so my goal is to give them more time and more focused attention so that I can learn more about them, so that I can actually help them and put my child development learning experience into practice. And also, another thing that I learned from Jacobson's book was that there needs to be like a goodness of fit, because when we as educators need to engage with the children and the children need to engage with us, so creating the right kind of learning environment, an appropriate environment for children where they would thrive and engage and they would feel comfortable, it becomes essential that we create those kind of environments for children. And this definitely helps to build their sense of security, and their resilience skills. And then just the final reflection summary of what my experience was when I interacted with this book. And I really, really, these are some of the key things that came out from the book for me on a personal level. One was that we need to understand our own emotional history, which means our relationship with ourselves. And it really, that becomes then the basis of how we will engage with these children or how we will interact with these children. Because once we know ourselves and once we are comfortable in our own skin, then we are able to understand the issues that those children could have had, just like we understand our own issues, and then we can have more tolerance and patience towards the children. Also, because we have to model the behavior, we need to have that kind of patience and tolerance level, which only comes when you sort of reflect on your own personal biases, your own issues, things that you have lived with all your life, but you've never really given a second thought to. And you need to look at those factors and see how they impact you and affect you. And once you understand that, you'll be able to help the children much, much better. Also, we have to embrace our own vulnerability, which should not be considered a weakness. Basically, it is something that actually empowers us, because once we know our weakness, we have the power to fix it, and that is where Jacobson likes to talk about us, really exploring our own childhood traumas and demons, and basically addressing them or facing them and dealing with them. So once we have dealt with our own issues, it becomes easy for us to then maybe recognize and see children and what kind of issues they are facing when they go under stress, and then we are in a better position to help them. Because of this practice of self-reflection, I feel that this is how you really develop empathy skills, and you're able to sort of put yourself in someone else's shoes to see how it feels on the other side. But for that, you have to first know yourself, your own, barriers, your own issues, your own weaknesses, your own, traumas, to be able to really empathize and understand what somebody else could be going through. Then also another interesting thing that resonates with me is that we can very strategically then, build relationships once we are more aware of our own selves, and then that helps us to understand others. And so all our relationship building becomes more strategic, more planned, more, there's more understanding and awareness of what we're really trying to do, and it's more intentional in one sense, that you're able to then really engage in a more meaningful way. Also, the greatest thing that I have learned, and my takeaway from this book has been that, there are different ways of perspective taking. My way of thinking may not be the only way or the right way. I need to look at things differently. I need to look at them from perhaps a different view, from someone else's view, and also try and find different ways of looking at different situations, because we should not allow our own personal biases or our own personal views from our past experiences, get the better of us, and not be able to really address the core problems because we have some certain mental blocks against certain things. So there's been a lot of good understanding and learning as to how to make this reflection or self-reflection more valuable. And I've really certainly enjoyed reading this book, and I've learned quite a bit from it. My next desire would be to put all my learning into practice, into actual practice and practical work when I work with children. And I hope that I will be able to make a difference to their lives. Thank you. Here is the reference, of course, from the book. And I'd like to say thank you very much for listening to my presentation. And if you like it, please leave me a comment in the comment section. Thank you.